Go. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Ballinesian podcast, episode 62, sponsored by Levasa Island Apparel, who are just at the 4 days of Aloha. Shout out to the Kekukui Foundation up here in Vancouver, Washington, Esther Shore Park. Shout out to Brother Eri, Brother Va, who are holding it down at the Levasa tent. If you didn't get a chance to go and check them out, pick up your merch, you can check them out online, www.levasaislandapparel.com. I am Lance Falitongo.
I'm Boris Goldblatt.
And I am Mike Fiso.
And we are back for another episode. Apparently, running backs are about to go on strike. They're about to unionize in the NFL. Austin Ekeler is about to place a call. A woefully underpaid skill position, undervalued. It's definitely been going down in like usage and payment. Definitely not going up in salaries like a bunch of other positions are.
The thing about that is they are the best running backs in the game, but there's always some kid in the waiting room like, yo, give me the money, I'll run for you.
Yeah, I'll take less than superstar millions to
get on the field. Later, I'm pretty sure he's gonna ask for the bigger money, but again, there's always some dude in the background just waiting his chance, and that's pretty dope. That's the dope part about, sports, because some guy always has a story where he wants to make it. But granted, I do believe that some of these running backs I think they're owed that money, You can't always pass. I know it's a passing league, but I still think that the running game opens up the passing. So that's tough, man. That's tough.
Mike, do you think running backs should get paid more, or are they properly paid? What do you think?
I think that if you're trying to win the Super Bowl, history has shown that in order to make it there, that guy is going to be cheap, right? I'm looking since 2020. I'm looking at 2020 and back. Who was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago? First of all, I can't. So
the Rams.
Oh yeah, so Rams. Like, who the fuck was their leading rusher?
Right.
Cam Akers, last year, Pacheco, Jerick McKinnon. Like, to get to the Super Bowl, that position has to be cheap. And that's literally the goal, every team. So, like, when you're structuring out your rosters, like, you spend money on the quarterback, you spend money on the receivers, and you spend money on the defense. Nice, everywhere. Yeah. And line, usually. You don't have a decent line. But, like, running back, you can put anyone there. Like, the most expensive rusher for a Super Bowl winning team, 2020 to 2009, was Percy Harvin with $2.5 million for the Seahawks. Other than that, like, every running back, Leonard Fournette for the Bucks, $2 million. Chiefs, 2019, Damian Williams, $1 million. Patriots, 480,000.
Wow.
Eagles, 900,000. Yeah, so like every year that position is at the biggest game of the year, that guy's not getting paid shit.
That guy's not taking up 20 million of the cap resources of the team. It's usually a lot less, and they can spend on other positions.
Yeah, and like, look at Todd. Like, Ryan Clark brought this up, I think yesterday or today. Look at Todd Gurley. Look at Ezekiel Elliott. They got paid fat, and Todd Gurley definitely didn't fulfill his end of the deal. It seemed he had injuries before he even signed that contract. So good on him for finessing the system. But like, he was 2 years in his deal, and then he got traded to the Falcons, and I think he played like 10 reps, and that was it. That's tough. Like, it's all about money, right? So even though it's a nonprofit, right? That's what they say. It's a nonprofit.
They say the league is a nonprofit?
Yeah, the NFL is a nonprofit organization.
That never makes sense to me. So running backs, not that they shouldn't get paid or shouldn't be able to get paid, but of the winners, it shows that they don't spend a lot of money on that position. The people that are in the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, it's usually like a bunch of kind of backup kind of guys, not real, stat popping, not real, like, able to overtake a game. like a Derrick Henry or anything. You have guys like Kevin White or like Kevin Falk. Who am I thinking? James White, Kevin Falk.
Kevin
Just
Falk.
thinking of freaking Patriots running backs. Ty Montgomery, Corey Dillon. They're I guess Corey Dillon got hella paid. But yeah, it makes sense that the history shows and the data shows that of the Super Bowl winners, they're not paying running backs a lot. They're spending that money where? Defense, quarterback, wide receivers, edge rushers.
Offensive
Line,
tackle.
yeah, pretty much everywhere else. So maybe you do get rid of the position or make it something else. Put a fucking lineman back there. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? Like, why not? Like, if you're not gonna pay the running back, that's gonna make it so like, oh, I don't want to get CTE for fucking $2 million a year.
yeah.
All right, bro. I feel it.
Go
Well,
be a wide receiver.
you could be a kick returner, I guess. Like,
Right. Okay. So it just all depends on what's being used by the league, right? What works, what they need.
yeah,
Because like fullbacks used to be a thing, right? Blocking fullbacks, Lorenzo Neal, like
yeah,
that used to be a position that still got paid, and then it turned into like, oh, you got to be a fullback, special teamer, tight end kind of guy, the up back on the punt team. You got to be or the long snapper, tight end, long snapper kind of deal. But I mean, they phased out the fullback position, right? Why can't
pretty
they?
much. Like, you just put a tight end back there now. Like, I think there's a couple like Juszczyk from the Niners. He's a fullback
But
and
he's
he's
a
paid and he's very good at what he does.
right. He's like used so many different ways than just a traditional fullback, right? Because you like
Exactly.
he is also a tight end that can catch, that can line up anywhere around the line, that can also get his hands dirty and block and open up spaces. Like he's definitely a multifaceted, you know, player. Whereas
Yeah.
most fullbacks are just yeah, special teamers or straight up run blockers, goal line package, you know, kind of special like that. But what I can't even imagine what a football game would look like without running backs. Like even though they're being used less and less and they're being turned into more like wide receivers out of the backfield, it just like not having running backs. What
Well,
would
there
that
is
look
a
like?
running
Just
back. Check it. There is going to be a running back. He's just going to be also the quarterback. That's the
That
running back. That's the
that
new
don't work
way.
at all either. But
No, I'm telling you, you're just
nah,
gonna no running back. You're gonna have more points. A lot of it's like the worst receivers yard per catch is like the best running backs yard per carry.
yeah.
So it's like,
all facts. But at the same time, it's a 17-game season. Your quarterback's gonna take hits. Your wide receivers are gonna take hits. You have to have a running game, even if it's by committee. I mean, these guys are paid their dues.
We've seen short passing games turn into like the unofficial run games of the team. Like the Packers, like I don't know about the Packers, but
say the
like the
Chargers, kind of like
yeah,
Austin
definitely
Eckler.
teams that pass or I feel like that's a lot of dump down sometimes instead of like the intentional. I guess you have to be intentional to use a weapon like Austin Eckler that's really good in the passing game and receiving like that. But I feel some other offenses, it's kind of their offense is to instead of using running at people, we're gonna spread them out sideways and try to kind of throw and use these short screens, these short like end arounds or jet sweeps, and that's kind of their short running game.
Right.
But yeah, I also think about like situations where you need to run out the clock or just like grind out a 7 minute drive. And like it would be weird to see that as like a five wide receiver drive. Like, hey, we got to burn some time. Let's go five wide. We'll do some like we'll do more
True,
like
that makes
side
sense.
sweeps or stuff or like more screens than we do vertical. But I mean, these guys want to get paid what they're worth. The ones that like are top 10 running backs in the league. I know Austin Eckler, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, all these guys vying for new contracts now are in these negotiations and they're like, I do so much for this team. Why can't I get paid? And the teams are just like, because the market just doesn't pay running backs and we're not going to, push a precedent or set the market on paying you a bunch because really we don't have to. And it really sucks for these guys because I know the running backs like for real, they're probably lead the league in like CTE. Them and the linebackers are the ones that
Yeah,
take the
they're just
most
going boom.
violent hits, right? Head up every time. Used so many carries. We're gonna give you 400 carries. Thank you. Oh, you're gonna be worn down next year. We can't pay you a lot. Like the position is really thankless. So the least you could do is pay them what their bodies and talents are worth.
Right. I mean,
So do you have to
then
just fit that in if you have a good running back or something, or does the league have to make a change in the way they do running back contracts? That
I
feels
mean,
weird.
they'll never be the highest paid guy on the team. That's a definite.
When was the last time that was like? When was that? What year was that? The last like era part of the running backs are the top dogs on the team, like Emmitt Smith.
When did Zeke get paid? When did he get his fatty? Because I feel like he got paid before Dak.
He did, and
so there was probably that 1 year.
That's probably the contract that just like screwed everybody on the running back market was Zeke's
The Zeke contract.
Yeah, because he got the big money, and then all of a sudden, like he's not even on the team right now.
Stop trying.
Oh, so it looks bad for people like, hey, I want to be paid like Zeke, and then the team's like, well, like Zeke is not even playing. We don't want to do that.
And then they had that myth in the myth in New England, running back by committee. They stopped winning. They were still trying to do running back by committee. Didn't help them. They needed a better running back. But
yeah, they're doing freaking quarterback by committee now,
which doesn't work for them either.
It's not working over there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, having a really good running back does help, but also, like Mike said, I mean, there's just so many things that these teams want to do that they can justify not paying these running backs just because of the way the league is. But CMC, take guys like CMC and Eckler,
those guys, yeah,
they do way more. You know what I mean? And then, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Raiders fan, but I mean, Josh Jacobs was really the backbone of that team. You know, and you have guys like maybe guys in your team like Derek Carr, who all of a sudden admitted that he didn't give his all to the team midway through the season. He stopped giving his all.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah, he admitted that he stopped giving his all like when he was on the field because he was at odds with the people in the, you know what I mean? And again, his last straw was when they made his wife cry. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, right? I mean, love you as a Raider. I have no problem with you as a Raider, but as a man, you're not trying with the rest of the guys you're playing with. That's crazy. Again,
they made his wife cry.
I don't know how that happened, but that's what he said. This is his statement he put out.
Like for him being benched.
I have no idea. All I know is that was his statement. That was his last straw when he was in Las Vegas. Was that they made his wife cry and that made him mad.
I mean,
but okay. I mean, there's those times like I know Seattle wish they would have given it to their running back that one Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, but no, they wanted to pass.
Hey, I didn't make that call, man. I didn't make that call, man. You already know.
Everybody
ask Madden on that one. He'll tell you what to do.
Everybody writes the suggestion thing on the top. You know when you
there's no passes.
All three of the suggestions are runs up the middle.
And Pete Carroll said, nah, we'll pass.
Pete Carroll was like, let me go formation.
Now he got a call from Paul. He got a call from upstairs. They were like, we cannot make Marshawn the face of this team.
Oh my God.
Pass the ball.
Look, I agree.
Give it to Russell.
Let him cook.
Kid.
There's on both sides there's really valid arguments. I think they just need to come together and I mean get both sides to agree to better terms. But
maybe
I do agree that they won't get paid like other players. You know what I mean? Because again, it really every year the value goes down for the position. Just because there's advancements in the league, just like how the fullback. I mean, there's still teams who use the fullback. Anybody who's running like Josh McDaniels is going to use it because of the offense he runs. Belichick is still important over there in New England, San Francisco. It's just that the position has progressed. So now they have to do, like you guys said, they have to do more than just the regular short yardage and blocking, which is dope because that way they earn their money now. You want to play fullback? Well, now you're going to have to learn how to catch. You're going to have to learn how to play tight end. You're going to have to learn how to block both on the line and in the backfield. You know what I mean? If you're going to pay them more, then they should be able to do more. And the guys who are asking for money definitely do more than just play running back for their team.
You definitely got to just do what it takes to get a roster spot, right? And if you're on
Yeah.
the back end, like during camp, like now, this time of year,
Yeah,
you got to be willing to do, yeah, I'll do punt coverage, I'll do
right,
like kickoffs, I'll
right,
snap, I'll carry helmets. Like, just get onto the team and be prepared for your opportunity. But then we talk about these guys that have seized their opportunity, capitalized on it, and now are getting like underpaid compared to what their statistics and what their production is.
yeah,
Maybe there can be production based bonuses. Maybe like, yeah, running backs aren't going to get paid 20 million, but you guys can get 9, 10 million. And then if you get 100 catches, or if we have to use you, if 300 carries, there's like millions of dollars bonuses that like stack up that can really get you paid what you are putting in. But
right.
then I also heard someone suggest, hey, what if the coach like benches him for the last 2 games so that he doesn't hit his production bonuses? I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a fucking it's a lawsuit.
I expect that from front office, but if your coach is doing it, what a
No.
dick.
I mean, if they call
the team would
down,
be like, "Fuck it, dog, you're coming in.
man,
Get in here. What's he gonna
Right.
do? Nothing."
Right, so what you gonna do? Fire us?
Yeah, he's not gonna fire us in the middle of the game.
Right. I mean,
That's
yeah.
a good idea. I like that.
Also, like all this stuff that you were just talking about, Lance, is possible. Like the incentives, the bonuses, that's what your agent's for. You know what I mean? If you're, it sounds like these agents are really not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
well, okay. I mean, but I'm sure the agents are being told like what they're usually like set up to do is like look at the market, look at where your client like exceeds the market, kind of hammer those points in negotiations. But I'm sure they also get the information back where like, well, check out the market. No other running back is being paid, a lot compared to like their team's available salary cap or uh, other top running backs in the league. But then like I sent that graphic to the group chat comparing like some of the top running back salaries to like other
like Hunter Renfro, who barely played last year. You know what I mean? Compared to some of these.
Right. Christian McCaffrey makes $16 million a year. Hunter Renfro, 16.2.
16.2, yeah.
Alvin Kamara, $15 million a year. Allen Robinson, who like didn't do shit
is
for the
he even on
Rams.
the team? Is he on
He's
the
in
team
Chicago now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he meant to the Bears.
Okay.
He makes $500,000 more than Alvin Kamara. Like
Wasn't he there before the Rams?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Wait, where is it? Not the Bears?
No, that's what I'm saying. Wasn't he with the Bears before? Like, didn't he go to the Rams?
No, it might be the Steelers. I think it's the Steelers.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if he went back to.
Yeah, no, he was definitely with the
funny.
Bears.
Yeah,
he was definitely with the Bears.
Yeah, he's on the Steelers now.
Allen Robinson will live in infamy because Sammy took him with like her 4th round pick, and I was like, no. What happened? She was like, I needed a receiver. And I was like, no, don't listen to Yahoo. like, no, don't do that. And then the next pick, like, she came back around and took Cole Kmet. And I was like, look, he's supposed to be good, but he might not be good. And he was not good. And those two, like, when you can look back at, like, your draft and point to where the season went bad, it was those 2 picks for her. Because they didn't do shit. And she was just like struggling to find another wide receiver and tight end the whole season. So definitely, Allen Robinson, makes more money than Alvin Kamara, and he's just been hopping around. Derrick Henry makes $12.5 million. Cortland Sutton, who's like been injured and having off seasons for the Denver Broncos because he's a wide receiver, he makes almost $3 million more than him. So maybe there's got to be something that makes running backs able to get paid, or at least the opportunity to get paid. Right. What they think they're worth. So if they can work in some sort of bonuses, or I know some of the articles I've been reading are talking about in the collective bargaining agreement, there should be some sort of running back specific contract kickers or like stipulations like that only apply to running backs. So I don't know if are there any other position specific contract things you guys can think of? I mean, other than like quarterbacks get paid a lot, and I mean,
Don't hit them.
Yeah,
I know just like we saw the graphic on Blindside, the movie, but as soon as Lawrence Taylor ruined the career of Joe Theismann, left tackles were all of a sudden were at a premium, and till this day they're at a premium. Your left tackle is sometimes like the second highest paid guy on your team.
True.
Just and he's probably the second most important person on your offense after your quarterback. Because
we've seen what teams look like when they lose their starting quarterback for the season for injury. It sucks. It's hard to watch. It is not good football. It's not as entertaining as when you have a quarterback that can put it out there, keep the offense moving, put points on the board. So definitely, I understand that it's a business move by the league to protect quarterbacks like this and like continue to change their whole like rules and the way the game is played to make sure that quarterbacks are available to play so that these tickets keep getting sold, these games keep getting watched, people keep buying stuff. And I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. So we just got to like figure out. And I think the league has already, for years been on that quarterback, take care of your quarterbacks. How do you get a good quarterback, you get a good line, and then you have to be able to attack quarterbacks on the other side. So pass rushers, cornerbacks, definitely see the turn to the passing league, and maybe in that turn, running backs is just another casualty that is just part of the evolution of the game, and then we're going to be doing 5 wide receivers the whole fucking game. Let's go. You want to go? You don't have the DBs to run with us.
Lots of sweeps.
I don't want to see that.
You want to see those 73 to 75 point
No,
games?
I don't. I watch basketball.
That's
already.
bad defense.
I watch basketball. Look, if you were one of the top guys on your team, you know what I mean, and would you not get together with your homies and be like, look, boy, we restructure our contract. Each of us give a meal to my guy. Would you be down to do that?
Oh, okay. To the running back?
Yeah, I would. I mean, but I'm not rich, so
no, that's what. Yeah,
yeah. Like if you're making hella money, I'm down to. Yeah.
Unless it fucks up my taxes. And I
it
sounds difficult once you get to that.
Takes you level. Down a bracket. Yeah. Go ahead.
For me, if I was a young running back coming into the league, if the NFL is going to set the precedent or like teams that they're not going to like, oh, you are so replaceable, then the pieces that are coming in to replace should ask for more money. So maybe they upload rookie contracts a little fatter with like more incentive. So like the first 2 years fat, and then if you continue improving, getting like stats, touchdowns, yards, whatever, then they'll fucking add that onto the contract later.
But front load it.
Yeah, so they front load it. Yeah, so because like if they're gonna say that, oh, you're replaceable, then all right, then the replacements should be getting paid more.
Yeah, give me the money.
Right.
I also saw another thing that suggested maybe running back contracts are shortened, like instead of like a 3 or 4 year contract for rookies, maybe a 2-year contract. That way they can hit the free agency market and try to get paid while they're still, young and in their prime before they get injured. So, I mean, that's another thing that I'm sure the league is looking into. But I think I saw a comment that owners are really hesitant to shorten the contracts like that because then they really do have to pay them all the money because they're so short and they're probably going to fulfill the contract. Man, speaking of contracts, Dame Lillard, James Harden, but we're going to talk about forcing trades in the NBA. But before we do that, did Tua Tagovailoa get a full arm sleeve tattoo?
I think so, man. He's really tapping in with the mana.
He's also been wearing a lot of long sleeves on social media, and it doesn't really show anything. But somebody pointed out that there is a new tattoo that goes all the way down to his wrist and like pokes out of his long sleeve shirts. So there is speculation that Tua this offseason, sometime in February or later, went and got tattooed all the way down his right arm. That's his non-throwing arm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And now he's about to go full sleeve Tua Cannon all 2023. Like, what are you? Have you guys been able to see anything that shows that it's a full sleeve?
Negative. But the Dolphins, like their Sports Illustrated division, they posted an article on July 13th talking about it.
Oh,
Saying like he got like incorporating it with the bulking up. And he's looking. They say he's looking thick. He
get
said
it.
his calves are thick, his neck is thick, his
Nice.
shoulders are broader, and the weight gain isn't the emergence of a dad bod.
Bro, yo, he's
I'm
not
drafting him,
definitely
guys.
that
Draft. That's what I'm saying right now. Tuanon, right
He
here.
can have the
That's
biggest
me.
biceps he want. He can have the biggest shoulders he want. If his head is not Teflon,
Bro, yeah, hopefully that judo is working. He's definitely been working out. It looks a little cut, ready to go into camp, like fresh. Like,
You know what's gonna be
put
funny?
these concussions in the past, okay, until they come
Imagine
back up
him
later.
throwing the ball and then doing a judo move on the defender, like flipping him on the ground. Oh, don't touch me.
Bro, like when Sunshine comes in and he's
Yeah.
like, let him through. And he's like, and remember the Titans, he throws the
Yeah.
ball and then he like freaking flips
Exactly.
the guy right over.
I can see Tua pulling something like that.
He's like, it's just muscle memory. I'm sorry. He's like apologizing to the guy. It's Troy.
what these people don't understand is Tua's a Samoan kid. This fool had concussions since he was 12.
Damn.
I'm not going to tell you why, but but I know he's probably had some concussions as a kid. I can tell you that.
And now they're stacking up, and so we need to keep the adult concussions down for Tua.
Right.
No more concussions for Tua. So definitely, offensive line needs to be on their toes. Tua needs to like flip over, protect his neck, and we need to just use the power of the arm sleeve to protect him.
No concussions, but more tattoos.
Yeah.
More tattoos.
Just lights up whenever he gets a green release. Perfect throw.
Ooh. Do you guys have any tattoo or tattoo artist recommendations? Are there any like
Yeah, man. Shout out to my guy. You can find him on Instagram at Lee's Inked. He works out of a shop in I want to say, is it Kent? Yeah, in Kent, called Polynesian. They just got done doing a tattoo expo. Where was it? At Muckleshoot.
Muckleshoot.
Yes. It was big. It was a good turnout for them. It was my guy's first tattoo expo, and he enjoyed it. He loved it. He did my leg. I got a couple other tattoos he did on me. He's done a ton of my family stuff. So yeah, check him out on Instagram, Lee's Inked. If you're in the Washington area, schedule with him. I also have a dude who currently is living in American Samoa, but was out here. He was based out here in Auburn. He should be back around August. He goes by at Teeny Needles, Teeny_Needles on Instagram. Check his workout. If you want to get some work done around August, he should be in the Washington area in August. Washington and California, if I'm correct.
You might, yeah, definitely. If you're listening to this, check him out on Instagram and see. He posts sometimes like his upcoming schedule. I think he's been booked like a month out or something. But sometimes he'll drop and be like, "Hey, schedule now. I'm taking new appointments, and you got to get in there early."
If he has like cancellations, then especially for like in the daytime, if you have a cancellation, then he'll try to get people in who've been waiting, and he'll post. Or if people cancel like a couple weeks out of their appointment, then he'll put that date back up on and tell people to jump on real quick. So yeah, guys.
Get tatted up. Mike, you get tattoo recommendations?
I don't have any tattoos, so I feel like I shouldn't be recommending anything. But
That's cool.
my girlfriend has a lot of tattoos. She got like.
Mike said, "Yeah, I'm gonna recommend this too." But
I'm gonna recommend this tattoo. I don't know anything. I like follow some tattoo artists on social medias that I think are cool. Like this one guy, I think he's in Utah. His name's Winnie the J. Roo. You
But
guys heard of
he's
him?
so dope. Oh my gosh.
He is
He's dope.
amazing. He started
Yeah.
out doing like poly tats, but now he's like evolved to like next level.
He's nationally known. That's
Yeah.
he's internationally sorry. He's internationally known. So he's
Yeah,
big.
I saw him
He's
on
like
TikTok and was like, damn,
yeah.
this shit's
He's
crazy.
big like those dudes like Fred Frost. That dude's really big. What's his name? That tattoos at a Fred shop. Gosh, what is his name? I forgot. He's big too. One of the Tongan artists out of Fred Frost shop in Utah.
Lyle, that guy, Lyle's Worth.
Yeah.
Isn't that Frost?
Oh yeah. My bad. Lala. Yeah, Ellsworth.
Nice.
No, he works out of Fred shop. So
Oh,
yeah. A lot of actually all the guys at Fred Frost shop, they're talented. So the dudes at Paco Polynesia are talented. There's just you got to find the guys that you want to work with. But Gerald, man, you mentioned him, like that dude's work is just he did I don't know if you saw his Lord of the Rings tattoo he did for somebody on their back.
on the back. Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh.
gosh,
Man.
bro.
Sheesh.
The details were amazing. I'm like, damn, how could that was like probably like 5 sessions. Holy moly.
I think the last one I saw him do was I think it was a Naruto piece on someone's forearm. Just it's the like Mike said, detailing is amazing.
Yeah, I really like him. But like I said, I don't have tattoos. I thought I was gonna have some by now when I was younger. I was always like, yeah, I'm gonna get my name tatted on me, Fiso, somewhere. Then some dumbass was like, oh, why? You're gonna forget it? I was like,
I am
Never
not
mind.
going to do that.
oh, never mind.
You know what? Go get it and then make a video and be like, you know what? Fuck you. I waited this long.
That's
I like
my
tattoo.
name. I know. Right?
Yeah,
If I did, I'd probably do like a jersey, like make like jersey letters.
Oh,
I did
the across the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to do like black and white stripes like all through my arms so that it like looks longer than people think, because I saw it on an episode of Rurouni Kenshin one day when I was a little kid and I was like, damn, that's
Are you watching the remake?
No, I haven't yet.
It's pretty good. I watched the first episode. It's pretty good.
I just watched Chainsaw Man.
How do you like it?
I loved it. I want more. I need more.
They are confirmed for a second season.
It's hella funny.
Wait, would it look like white, black, like stripes?
Yeah, or I would just do black. I just do solid black. Boom, 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 boom. Probably like
that's the trend. Well, I guess it's not a trend for dudes who really do it. What they do is they'll black out a piece of their body and then they'll go over it with white ink.
Oh,
yeah,
pretty dope.
I'm
not about it like that.
Bro, we should get.
I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't hurt.
Bro, I went to Tisa's tattoo festival and the guy was like, "Hey, the guy I'm supposed to do my sleeve competition piece on isn't going to show up. Do you want a tattoo?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Okay, here we go." And then 2 days later, I had a sleeve. Yeah.
And he sent you the bill, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
I was like, "What is this?" And he was like, "Yo," I was like, "Free?" And he was like, "Yeah, free." And then, like, as he was like drawing lines down, he was like, "Maybe just like $50 or like
shit for a whole sleeve,
like a case of Lima or something." And he's just, bro, it's just etching into me, and like the price keeps going up. Like it's like, yeah, maybe like $80 or something. Like, bro.
Who is your tattoo artist?
Eddie Tarrant.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
We won second place.
Hey.
I was like, I was part of that team. Okay,
you're like, look at the bicep.
Just in case you guys think Lance is just telling a story, there are tattoo artists in Samoa who will do your tattoo for a case of beer and a pack of cigarettes. Once they get a style, and they're pretty good artists, but once they get well known, of course, they're going to start charging accordingly. But if you can get to Samoa before some of these artists are known, there are some people who will do your tattoo for a case of Lima, maybe 2, and a pack of cigarettes.
That's a deal, bro.
Yeah.
All the polys out there, now you know. Plus a plane ticket. Don't forget that part.
You gotta be down there. You gotta factor that in.
Yeah.
Speaking of plane tickets, need to get We're gonna be in Hawaii later
Ooh.
in August.
Sure am.
Late August. Noah hit me up. He was like, "Can you do intros to the wedding party?" And I was like,
Ooh.
"Fuck yeah, let's go!" Very excited about that to introduce you guys and to get the party jumping.
They're gonna have special music for everybody, like wrestling walkout music.
Bro, I don't know. Whatever they want to do, I am down to help facilitate with like some dance moves.
I'm waiting for
whatever
this
you guys
Paul
want to
Russell
do.
song to drop. Once this Paul Russell song drops, that's definitely gonna be my song to walk out to.
Here we go. Who is Paul Russell?
Oh, he's actually a really good artist. He's a rapper, R&B artist, but he's got a song. It's trending right now on most of the social medias.
Oh, I know who Paul Russell is.
Okay, there you go. So he's waiting for is, I guess, because he sampled a song, and he's waiting for his team to get the rights to actually publicate the song, which would be great.
Best of My Love by The Emotions.
Yes. So he's waiting to get he's waiting to be granted
the sample
rights.
clearance.
Yeah, the sample clearance.
That song is everywhere.
Yes, it is. And it's only like all he ever put out was like maybe 15 seconds, if that, of the song. And people are just going crazy right now waiting for it. So.
Hey, that little ceiling fan camera, the wraparound thing, that was dope.
Yeah.
And then like doing definitely that song is catchy. My little boo thing.
There you go.
I was talking to Sammy about this. When it does drop, I feel like it might not be as big a hit, just because it
maybe because
huge hype now,
right?
And like trying to fill a whole 3-minute song with as much catchiness and vibes as that one viral clip did. But
according to the song's done, so we'll have to wait and see.
All right, yeah. Hey, The Emotions. I know you guys are listening right now. Go ahead and clear that. I don't know if you guys heard. I'm pretty sure he's
not for free though. Get your money, Emotions.
So speaking of former bachelors, Samoan Golden Bachelor or the Samoan Bachelor. We were talking about the Golden Bachelor, ABC's Bachelor, or ABC's The Bachelor family.
Yeah, they already have a program. They already have a program for it in Samoa. They just don't call it the Samoan Bachelor. Once you become a Faifeau, if you don't have a wife when you're coming out of Faifeau school.
Oh.
No, not. But I mean, you know what I mean? If you don't have a wife, like,
are there not single pastors in Samoa?
So I mean,
is it frowned upon?
I've never been a pastor. I won't lie. I'm not part of the
like how can you hold down a church if you can't hold down a girl?
So that's what I'm saying. This is that, and that's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna be the leader of people, you have to have your right hand, which is supposed to be your wife or your faletua in Samoa. As a Faifeau, you should have a faletua who helps you carry the burden of the church and helps you prepare the church for everything, pretty much. She's gonna help you. She's the one that's gonna hold it down with you. And so once you become
lead the women's council,
what I've heard is that once you become a Faifeau and you're done with school, you have a much better chance of finding a church quicker if you have a faletua to help you at church.
If you have a wife,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Need them offering and tithes, and they're not going to select you. They're not going to give you your offering or tithes if you ain't got a lady. They'll be like, this guy's probably getting drunk or something. Something's wrong with him. He can't.
That's another thing, because you're supposed to be leading your congregation. How can you be leading your congregation when you're out here trying to find your wife? You know what I mean? So
when you're still out here lost,
but you'll sell us all away,
right?
The first girl,
or like some of the scandals we won't talk about. You end up with one of the underage girls in the youth group.
No, that
anyway,
that automatically disqualifies you from being the leader, the shepherd.
But this is what I'm saying. So the reason I wrote that down as a topic that we should talk about is because that'd be dope. You know what I mean? You can literally put like the Faifeaus out there. I mean, this is that, and because there are like families who have their daughters like not groomed to be faletuas, but you know what I mean? They're old Samoan ways, and they're part of being in the church. So,
they're just like raised to get ready to marry a pastor and kind of taught the ways,
right?
It's not grooming.
Like in The Bachelor, they're supposed to get something out of it. Like sometimes the Bachelors are like wealthy or they have careers or something like that. So you're not just falling in love just to be broke with your husband on The Bachelor, but you know what I mean. You guys are gonna have a life together. So the women that are looking for 5 hours, there's so 5 hours are set. You know what I mean? You find your church, you do your duty to the church, and the church takes care of you. So I think that'd be I think that would be a good setup for the
Damn. When
the
I
pastor.
when I was in the army, there was like a familiar feeling and like shared experience of the like spouse of a like leader expecting like leader privileges and
Right.
like recognition. And then I'd follow like military accounts or like army accounts that repost some of the crazy things that allegedly happen out there, like someone going off that she wasn't getting saluted when her husband is a major, like is an officer, but people don't salute her, and she got mad and started yelling at people. And I was like, "What?" I feel like there's also some space for spousal entitlement to also happen with the falatulas or like
Yes,
the pastors.
definitely.
Even the pastors though, there's like a sense that like I'm picked by God, so
There
I'm kind of better than you guys. Don't worry though, I'll be the intermediary between you and the Father. But
definitely been some incidents in Samoa. Definitely.
where they like are expecting
Yeah,
like certain treatment.
yeah. But
Like
also perpetuated by the culture of American Samoa, not just American Samoa, but Samoan culture as to where he's your church leader, so he deserves your respect. Like he should be already be giving you respect. So, but there are times when you see some of these guys out in stores or restaurants, just out in public, you know what I mean? And you can see the entitlement that they have, uh, waiting in the line, maybe, or like the service that they're getting, small stuff like that. You can see it.
is that what comes with the territory? Like God chose you, so you should not have to wait in line at KS Mart.
Hey, man, if God chose you, why would you wait in line? You're supposed to be doing something for God, right?
They
Wasting
said
your
choose
time.
wisely. That's why I was chosen.
Right. This is my express card to any line. You know what I mean? Because if I'm in line, then I can't be doing God's work.
You can just say anything that you're doing is God's work, right? That's where it gets kind of befuddled and stuff. That's where you get the crusades and crazy shit.
Yeah. So, but Samoa would be definitely fun to have the Golden Bachelor because there are a lot of older men in American Samoa, in their golden years who are single, who some of them are pretty well off.
There's some players out there
Yeah,
that went and retired back on the
right.
island, man. You
They
bring
went
them out of
home.
retirement, I'm sure,
Right,
like riding a bike, they straight back at it.
right,
Aviators in the club, like,
right.
you fight
Safari suit
Hanga. Hey,
in
what's
the
up,
back
girl?
in the back table of the club with the, like you said, aviators, a whole safari suit on with like a ulapua and the fattest diamond ring. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah.
fresh.
This
See it.
if this sounds anything familiar to the people who you see in the phono house, exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about.
Fucking gangsters out there in the phono.
Gangsters in the phone, all these sorry if this is your uncle, your dad, or but
If you are related to Fetui, hey, bro, Star. Shout
yeah,
out to
that's my guy,
Star.
man. Love
Hey,
that
I
guy,
used to live
man.
in his apartments back there, like right
Love
behind
Star,
that
man.
store. Hey, Star, I just saw we were looking up Talenay articles to try to figure out all the measles and if that was like what Shumway has left the territory, by the way, and they're trying to bury
Care
that
of his
shit.
life.
But one of the articles opened with Congressman Starr is threatening physical assault against the ambassador from Swain's. He's like, bro, I'll slap the shit out of you. Like he said that in a fucking meeting. He's like, bro, don't I'll slap you. I was like, oh my god.
Hey, Star's a
Wayne,
gangster,
shout out
dog.
to my cousin LJ. His family owns that shit.
Jennings,
Star's
right?
Yes,
Star's a
sir.
gangster, man. Star's an old school gangster.
Yeah.
He had a Star store. They had a pool hall over there. I remember fools used to try to cause ruckus over there. Star would come to the front and people would scatter.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, I don't have anything bad to say about my guy because he was always good to me. So, you know what I mean? That's my guy.
I don't think a lot of people have bad things to say about Star to his face.
No,
Like,
shout
they're
out to
scared.
shout out to Sam and Cena, his daughters. They're really cool people too. Always good to me too. So.
Shout out to the people. I'm not playing with you, okay?
And Star's
I'll
wife.
slap the shit out of you.
And Star's wife Anna, who was always cool when we were at the store. That used to be the kicking spot for a lot of kids in Fuango. It was right in front of that store. So
that store had extended hours.
they did. They did.
All right. Basketball time. Let's talk more about contracts, I guess. Dame Lillard looking for to force a trade from Portland to the Miami Heat. James Harden reportedly wants to play for the Los Angeles Clippers and will do whatever it takes to get there. There's also talk that if these people are not traded to where they want to go, they will be disgruntled. They will be upset. They might not report to camp. They might not report to the team. Definitely a weird time. And I feel like kind of a bad look. Usually, very pro player, like get your money, it's your body. You have the talent, go get paid for it. But it just feels like a lot of bad faith in these like long-term contracts, especially for kind of older players where I don't think the Blazers ever envisioned really paying Damian Lillard $60 million in 2026 to 2027. And I don't think Dame Lillard thought that they were going to. So this contract and contracts like these kind of feels like it's in bad faith, these extensions. But the contract as signed does not include like a no trade clause for Damian Lillard. So technically he's supposed to just accept wherever they trade him to. Obviously, he wants to go play with Bam Adebayo. That's his friend. That's his dog. He wants to ring chase. I think he's earned it. Like he's been in Portland for 11 years. Could have gone. Could have played the forced trade card a lot sooner. When a lot of his contemporaries around the league were doing that. Durant forcing his way, to Golden State, to Brooklyn. James Harden, other players. But I feel like he's also losing his goodwill because that he built up on that loyalty because like Blazer fans, the city of Portland, like analysts on TV, all starting to kind of turn on him and the things that he's doing to try to force his way to Miami, which includes his agent calling prospective trade partners and telling them, if you trade for my client, he's not going to show up. Like he's not going to play for your team. So he should only go to Miami. How do you guys feel about these forced trades of the superstars, and what do you guys think should be done?
I got two things. One, you might as well call Damian Lillard Matt Damon the way he goodwill hunting, because he doesn't give a fuck about Portland anymore. And honestly, if you're going to be like that, then you should definitely take more money. Or if you're going to cry and bitch about your team, then you should get fined like on your next contract. Like you can only make this much money because you're disrupting the flow. And second, Austin Rivers out here talking shit. In 2018, he got traded to the Suns and he's like, I'm not going. And they bought him out. So what the fuck was he talking about saying, oh, James Harden, Ben Simmons did this? Bro, you did it first. You did it first before everybody 5 years ago. Damn. So shut the fuck up. I'm tired of him talking like he's a fucking superstar. But really, he's been riding pine and he was decent, but he's not that great. He be talking like he's the fucking man. And now I'm done. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Austin Rivers, son of Doc. Oh yeah, what he was on a podcast or something talking about, these contracts are a bad look for the league, or it's it's not good that they're trying to force trades and you have to just accept it if you're
That's-
not a free agent.
Like Mike said, it's funny coming from him, but I do agree with some of what he was saying. It might not hold much weight in the league because it's coming from him. But yeah, like forcing a trade, I mean, it's a bad look for the league because you're gonna sign a contract and then all of a sudden you don't want to play for it, just be like, you know what, I'm not gonna play. You sign the contract. You know what I mean? Like it's a binding contract. And now you're gonna try to force your way out.
Yeah.
I understand. Like I do believe, like you said, Dame deserves to go somewhere and play because he did stay in Portland for so long, trying to make a run at it with Portland, hoping that Portland's front office would do better at their job, which they haven't. But yeah, you don't have to be a dick about it now. Like, bro, I mean, what are his choices though? I mean, I know Portland might lose out of some money, but if you don't go, they don't trade you and you sit, you're the one that's really hurting because they'll still make up the money and you'll still be not playing. So it's just weird. Like, bro, sign your contract. If there's deals in it that you want made, then make sure they get put into the contract. If they can't be put in the contract, then play out your contract and make them pay you the money that's in the contract.
I think baseball, basketball, and football contracts all differ just on how much it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like football contracts, it could say $200 million over 5 years, but usually it's just that first 2 or 3 years that is fully guaranteed. And then anything after that, if you get cut, you know, it kind of drops off. So I don't know if in basketball, you know, they put a $200 million contract in front of you, and if you sign it, you know you're going to get paid, you know, but you don't know necessarily if it's going to be that team, right? Because if they trade you, another team has to pay
pick up your contract. Yeah.
So if you're getting guaranteed $200 million and you're like 30 years old, you know, and this is like your last contract, maybe second to last contract, and you're just trying to like, well, I got to secure this money, this $40 million a year for the next 5 years. If I put pen to paper right now, I'm going to get the money somehow. Like, and I'll figure out the rest later. I think that's what like Deshaun Watson did too.
To the Texans or the Browns.
Yeah.
So like Luol Deng is still getting. Did they finish paying him?
I think it was his last year.
Last year, huh?
Yeah.
But he had stopped playing. But the Bulls they still had to pay him the rest of his contract.
They just broke it up over like extended the years because he was not
literally he was sitting at so literally he was just at home getting paid. So you know that's. I think the Lakers were paying for some of it too, because that was the last time he was with. But a lot of the NBA contracts are like that. Like, you know, if for some reason you stop playing, like these teams, it counts to their salary cap and their budget for so long. That's why like a lot of these contracts in the NBA. So, I mean, if you think people are wary of running back contracts in the NFL, like some of the contracts, I know there are still some players who are getting paid right now by NBA teams who they don't play for or because they're not in the league anymore.
Right.
Just NBA, and that's another thing that Austin Rivers was talking about was just the CBA agreement is ridiculous, and that's why these players like the money in the NBA right now that's flowing is so outrageous for some people, so including himself. Because
that's Austin Rivers was mentioning the way it's set up. He says you either make 50 million or 2 million. Just with the people are trying to get their big stars first and then fill in the back ends. And there are so many mid-level players that end up having to accept veteran minimums and aren't getting paid what they're worth. I'm sure he is in that category, right? Someone that's like, I feel like I deserve more, but he has to get paid like, you know, 2 million. And he's like, man, that fucks it up for me.
Where would you rank Joe Harris as far as NBA talent, right? He's fucking middle of the pack.
Right.
I'd say he's maybe a little better than Austin Rivers. But it's like all he does is shoot. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Lake Chelan's finest, Joe Harris. He's on a 4-year, $75 million contract.
Exactly. Yeah.
Paid, right? Almost 20 million. Was that 18 million a year?
It's like like
it's
like just under 20. Yeah.
yeah, because he can shoot. You know what I mean? So
And
but
Austin Rivers is doing podcast interviews on the way out, like
right.
waiting for free agent Austin Rivers, who can sign wherever he wants.
This is also me hating, but I do think he's better than Dylan Brooks. And Dylan Brooks is making 80 million.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like these guys that aren't supposed to be that great are signing great contracts.
Right. So
maybe So maybe it's not what he's saying. Maybe that's just for him. And there are guys signing, not like max contracts, but definitely a lot more than just $2 million or that minimum.
I mean, you're talking about Dame. I do believe Dame deserves to go somewhere and win. You know what I mean? Because he gave a lot to Portland and not. So all the Portland fans listening, I'm sorry. If he's leaving, he's leaving. You do have a lot of talent on the team, so you might as well let Dame go now.
Yeah.
And get to developing, because they're not going to be great overnight. They do need to develop a little bit more because they're so young. But that's why Dame leaving is going to hurt. You know what I mean? And him, it hinders the development of some of the guys on the team. But
I don't think so. I think it helps their development because they can actually get out there and grow without that shadow, like of having to feed Dame.
Oh no, him leaving, yeah, definitely. But what hinders them is like the contract talks now, because everybody's in limbo. They don't know what he's going to do, and because his asking price is so much, it's like, I get it. Miami's a contender. He does want to win. He does want to play with his homie. But I mean, Portland's gonna have to get something in return, my guy.
Can you imagine if he came back to the Blazers and played for them this year?
Bro, I would not pass to him. I don't care. I don't care.
You're gonna ice out Damian Lillard,
right? I don't care. I'm that
no
petty.
way.
And I'm also not that good. I'm
For $50 million a year, he's getting the ball.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
take
bench
a bunch
me.
of shots.
Right, man. If I'm shading shots, I'm looking. You gonna? I'd be like, nah.
The Blazers are gonna be fine, man. They got some talent, and then they're gonna get even more once they trade away Dame, or at least some assets. But you make a good point in that, the sooner they do that, the sooner they can start, gelling together that new team.
His situation and just the way his agent was calling people is giving spoiled rich guy. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he isn't, but bro, you got so much money. What are you gonna do? What do you want to go
back?
Right. No, Harden should get back some of that money.
For real.
Harden is that is also a good thing. Like, if you're forcing a trade out, then you shouldn't be able to get paid a supermax at your new place.
Yeah,
that should be like some sort of penalty where it's like, well, just for being a dick and like forcing your way out, you can only make 80% of the supermax or something like that.
Not only being a dick, but being a dick and not winning the championship you promised the team you got traded to.
Bro, wait, who was that?
Harden.
Yeah, he said Brooklyn.
Man, that fool was supposed to give a championship.
I'm here for a championship.
He was the missing piece in Philly.
Championship is a strip club in all three of those cities.
Oh my god! Then he should go play for Atlanta, because I hear Magic City is the best strip club in the world. So I don't know.
Magic City, King of Diamonds.
He's the biggest advocate for the Vegas team.
Bro. Damn, Vegas also is going to have like all these sports teams and all this entertainment.
But again, like we were talking, and I was telling Noah, it's going to be interesting to see next year's offseason and these contracts and where people are going to go, because Washington is going to be backed by all the money in the universe. The Wizards are going to have an unlimited amount of money to play with next season.
Oh, because of Qatar?
Yeah.
They'll pay that luxury tax easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. So.
I
mean, contracts. Saudi Arabia just offering, what's his name, $1.1 billion.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
He's gonna make like 700.
It was also rumored that Kobe was offered $1 billion to play a season in, was it Greece?
Greece?
Yeah, just like,
aren't they in like a financial?
It wasn't even a whole season. It was just like during the lockout. And then they were like, hey, why don't you just come play? We'll give you $1 billion. Okay.
And he said no.
You know, I know China offered him money too to come play in the Chinese league.
Jeez.
Hey man, look at Tiger turned down that money from that Saudi money. He turned that down.
He turned down $800 million to stay with the
Crazy.
PGA, who
Who only
later
ended up-
merged with
They
Live
took it. They're
Golf.
like, oh, we'll take it for him. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tiger was like, "Can I still get?"
Yeah, let me get 200 million. Not that Tiger needs it.
Bro.
I don't know his financial. I don't know his financial health right now, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't need the extra money. It'd be nice to have it, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't need it.
So this episode has been about a lot of money and figuring out,
that
you know,
none of
how
us
it affects the
here
teams.
have.
Oh yeah, oh bro, $1 million.
Money's the
Did you
devil.
Did you guys buy a Powerball ticket?
Is it? It's
No.
is it? It's
I feel
over $1 billion
cursed.
right now, isn't it?
It was somebody in LA won it. It was over $1 billion.
Was it a
Are you
Skid Row
sure?
lady?
What,
No,
I
probably
remember
not.
the lady that said she wanted lied because she said she wanted to be on TV.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw there was a ticket sold at a LA like market, and they
Uh-huh.
like know, you know, where the winning ticket was sold. So a bunch of reporters ended up
Oh shit.
posted
All
up outside of that store, and the owner got there, and
Yeah.
he was like, "What the
You
fuck?"
get $1 million for
Oh
selling.
Yeah,
yeah,
the store-
you get money
the
for
store
selling
gets
the
$1
winning
million.
ticket.
Who was it? Was it Domotal's father-in-law that his store had sold a winning ticket
nice.
once, and he got money for it. So
Yeah, I
but
think that was like last year.
yeah,
I feel like that was recent.
yeah, and then I know like the last time it was at a bill they were offering to, because you know if you get it in the increments, or like if you're get paid out instead of a flat out
Lump sum.
one time, lump sum. Gosh, damn it.
It's hella
Uh,
low. They take
yeah.
hella money.
The lump sum was low. If you get it paid out over the time it's supposed to be paid out, it equals over more than $1 billion. So what they were telling these people was like, one time only, if you win the $1 billion lottery, we'll give you, I think it was like 970 mil of it instead of the lower place, because they knew that it was going to be way more than $1 billion if they paid it out over the time it was supposed to be paid out. And I think the lady took like, well, of course the lady took out and been like, yeah, hey, give me that 970 million. I'll take it.
I think the math on that is if you take the lump sum, it's better because you can put the money to work
And still make
and like you start investing in or something. And also like the inflation in 20 years, you might be getting paid more like I think it's like a increasing level of payments
right.
each year. Like it'll start you out with a couple million, and then by the end you're getting paid installments of like 10 million or whatever. But the inflation on that means that those dollars won't be worth as much as if you took it all out right now. So if you
I
do
only
the
want to pay
lump
the
sum,
taxes one time on that money, not
Yeah,
every year for the rest of my fucking life. You're just like, God damn.
you'd be like, "Hey, here's your $50,000. Whoops, it's only 20,000."
No,
You're like,
fuck.
"Oh,
I mean, as long as it's
God
over
damn it,
100
Joe
million,
Biden!"
100 million, you're set. I think you can
Bro, yeah.
live a nice
Yeah.
life.
That's what I'm saying. People are like, take the lump sum, you can invest it. Invest it. The fuck?
Put it away, man.
I'm
Gotta
gonna
start
spend
working.
this
I'm about to buy
Yes.
gold bars.
bitch. Right? We'll spend this bitch. I'm gonna buy people.
I'm gonna buy what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy systems of
By little white kids.
Right. I'm like, hey, yo.
You're gonna adopt all the white kids that need
No, I'm not gonna
adopting.
adopt them. I'm gonna buy them. Just kidding. Just kidding. We don't
Just kidding.
condone the purchasing of human
I'm
lives.
gonna make a mall, and I'm
Straight
gonna buy a
cash.
bunch of whites, and I'm gonna make them work and sell the stuff in my mall.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna buy Dame's contract and then tear it up.
It's like, you're free. Go, get out of here.
Right, get outta here.
Save yourself.
Right.
Yeah, the lottery. You think about that a lot. especially when it's like bills and shit are coming up, and you're like, you know what would help right now? $970 million.
There is not anybody out there who hasn't thought that on bill day. You're like, I just wish I could win the lottery.
Yo, I don't even want to be greedy with it, right? I just want to win it one time.
Right, just once.
Just
I'll never buy
the
another
one
lottery ticket in my life.
I'll take the 15 million opening Powerball, like
Oh yeah,
the fresh first week after it gets hit when it resets. I'll take that and whatever, like taxes or whatever. Just take that $4 million and just go figure out like buy a company. And
I'm on flights to Colombia, Ecuador.
I want a
The
house.
new kingpin.
I'm investing. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, it's like Colombia.
I'm gonna go to
Pure.
Colombia, Cuba.
Stop at the White House, drop a little off in an unsecured area. Keep it moving.
Right.
For Hunter.
Cocaine sharks? What was that about?
Bro, so
just dropped cocaine in the water and sharks.
So when you don't want to get caught, if you're running like from Cuba to Florida or like the Caribbean, you're gonna dump it. Or I mean, even if you're caught in a storm, I don't know if you guys ever watched Into the Blue. Have you guys watched that?
Oh yeah, Paul Walker classic.
Jessica Alba. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Anyway, like that. So there was a plane crash in it, and the plane crashed with all the dope still in it. And then so they're saying that some of these sharks that are out there in the waters are just chomping down on like bricks of cocaine, and which is crazy because they just had the movie Cocaine Bear. Was that what it's called?
Yeah.
Right. Where a brick dropped out of like an airplane or something. I didn't watch it. You know what? I might have to watch that tonight.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Nice.
O'Shea Jackson's in it. It can't be that bad,
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
O'Shea Jr.
Imagine that. Imagine being out at sea swimming somewhere like on a tour or something, and then there's like cool sharks. Well, I don't know if there's cool sharks, but and then there's just this one shark that's just
all the sharks are cool now,
right? This one shark just moving around like eating everybody.
They're like, oh, that shark is on some cocaine.
Like this was biting through your boat. You know what I mean?
Hey, calm down.
Right, like crazy ass shark, man.
I feel like I saw a lot of cocaine usage. Well, not like blatant usage, but definitely the effects of cocaine usage when working the doors downtown. It's definitely a popular drug in the club scene.
Which is crazy because it's still expensive in small doses. Like it's a rich man's drug, and it's like some of these kids that take it, it's wild, man. Like you can always tell if you're like working downtown, like you said, Lance. If you're at a door, you're in the club, you can tell the guys that that do dabble in it.
It's aggressive, bro. Yes. It's very aggressive,
right? Like, bro.
I'm not like aggressive, like mirroring at all. I'm all about de-escalation, especially like when people are up in your space and like those high intensity moments. Drunk yelling downtown. There's girls around. People are trying to like buff up for girls and like show off and shit. There's alcohol. There's drugs happening. The thought process isn't all there. So to me, it's like chill. Like let's bring this down because you're all over here like, hey, bro, how much does it get in here? Like, what is this? What kind of music do you guys play? Do you guys play EDM? Do you guys play house? Do you guys play what is it? Top 40? Do you guys play rap, hip hop? I love hip hop, bro. I love hip hop. I'm like, oh. I don't think you're coming into this club. Yeah, I've done my analysis here, and I'm gonna risk being an asshole and just say tonight's not the night, my guy. Why don't you keep it moving? There's some pizza next door, $5 a slice, but definitely not trying to allow already drunk or already super high people to come inside.
No, that's a problem.
Mixing that with alcohol causes problems.
What you just described, this dude opens the door, the CID goes, here, so he fumbles for his ID, and then my man asked me 30 questions before I could even check his ID. I looked up, his eyes were just like, I was like, hey, bro, maybe next week, man. He was like, I'm not even drunk. I was like, I know you're not drunk. That's not your problem. And he just kind of looks at me and goes, All right, and it was like, see, because he knows, because he
Yeah.
knows.
That
I was like,
busted. He's like,
bro,
I got some VCRs or something.
like this is
All
almost
right.
it's a karaoke bar, not where you want to be on that. Go downtown, like to Chinatown, and
There's lights down there.
right. Go go to Spark. They have this back room in Spark where the floor and the ceiling lights up.
You need to get inside like some sort of sensory room.
Right? Go to the museum. I promise you'll have a good time there.
Oh man, I gotta shout out this one place we went to.
That's also why I was saying it, because I seen the pictures. I was like, oh damn, they went.
Bro, it was so good.
I'm trying to go.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in shout outs. Definitely dope place. What else do we got? What other crazy stuff is happening out there in the world or in your guys' lives?
Oh, shorty that thought she was living in the world of Taken and waiting for Liam Neeson to
Oh my
come
god.
in. That is so crazy. Out of all the things you can do, you're gonna go to get attention. You're gonna go and fake your kidnapping when there are people really out here being
Yeah.
abducted and not returning home. And then you're gonna be stupid about it. You know, like
What
at least
happened? What is
at
the
least
story?
make it elaborate. I haven't really dived deep into the story, but this girl cocks up this really big story about how she was abducted, how she stepped out to save like
A baby, right? She
yeah,
was gonna
a
save a
baby
baby.
that was out in the middle of the street by itself for no reason. And then supposed to be, I don't know, somebody was making fun of her saying that she thought she saw a ghost, but either way, she was reported missing, and then all of a sudden she was found. I don't even think it was 24 hours before she was found.
It says she came back home 2 days later.
Okay, and, I mean, but her parents, once she was found, her parents were just like, I knew she was gonna come back because she's a fighter. You had your parents go on TV
Damn.
and back you up like that. And they were like, my baby's a fighter. I knew she was fighting the whole time. And then you gonna do stupid, like they checked her web browser after, and she was um searching things up like, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? Putting stuff on Twitter like Taken Two is my shit. That's my movie.
Said she bought snacks before she got
She
abducted.
bought snacks
She
before she was
bought
abducted, but
gas and
she told her
snacks.
parents that all they fed her was Cheez-Its and ginger ale, I think, and those were the things that she
Oh my
bought.
god. Her story about being abducted after stopping at the side of the road to help a distressed toddler was a lie, her lawyer has said in a statement.
Came
And
out
this
today.
was recently, yeah, today. The statement in part reads, there was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. So she lied about it. There was a big story. People were looking for her. Crime Stoppers raised $63,000.
Was that just in case it was a ransom, or just like to help with?
I think
Yeah,
to
what?
help. I
Pay
think
for
to
overtime
fight.
for the officers.
I
That's
think
all.
the
Yeah.
Crime Stoppers is like the I don't know, like a website or a page or something.
No, yeah, they've been like
And the
around
money
for
goes
a
to
long time.
them and their crime stopping efforts.
Oh wow.
But they raised it for
For
during like,
themselves.
hey, find Carly Russell, help find this lady. She was trying to help a baby. Donate here if you want to help out. And they raised $63,000. And they said they were going to give it back to everybody after finding out that it was a lie. But they lied. They're keeping all the money that they raised. It's going to go towards
Yeah.
helping other people that really need the help.
Isn't that sketchy though? A Crime Stoppers organization that raises money to pay them to do something. It's
Yeah, to
a
make
little
a
sketchy.
Facebook post. Thank you.
Bro, yeah. It's like, no, all our people that follow us because of all the crazy, horrendous things we post every day. It's like, oh, there could be this happen to you. Follow Crime Stoppers because someone could get murdered. Do you
But
know
look,
where this person is? They've been abducted. Do you like
this
that's
is
that if it bleeds, it leads shit from the media. Like, let's pump up all the scary shit that's gonna happen to you. Follow us. Also donate to us. Thank you.
this is why you need good friends. So when you run ideas like this by them, they can tell you that you're a fucking dumbass.
Carly, no.
Carly, no, don't do that.
No,
You can't.
Carly.
Don't. You know what I mean?
She was like, nah,
Like,
taking two is my shit. I'm gonna make this work.
I mean, even you two. I mean, I guarantee you two said, but like everybody else I know that's close to me, I just really would have been like, bro, really, if you want some attention, I mean, I can take you somewhere, say your name out loud, you know what I mean, get some attention. But like,
They posted too many times on Facebook looking for attention, and nobody took the bait. Nobody asked them anything. Nobody messaged them back.
so she had to
Nobody
come
hit
home.
them back with the question mark.
Right.
Hey, you
like
okay,
my
sis?
status and I'll rate you.
Oh my
No
god!
likes. 0 likes. You're like, oh, Carly. I'm sorry.
Zero
I'm sorry,
likes.
Carly.
Oh, she felt she had to go, and maybe she just needed to, like, she was going on a date out of town or something.
That's even worse. I mean, damn. I seen a story about a mother who left her child at home. She's on trial for murder now because she went on vacation
no.
and just left her child at home. She went on like a
What?
2-week vacation.
Wild.
Oh my God.
And she
With
just left
no
her
sort of
kid at home.
supervision? Just
Yeah,
like
just
leaving
left
a
the kid.
dog at home with the dog
Yeah.
food
That's
bag open?
she left. I forgot the snacks that they said she left in the house with the kid. The kid's like 2 years old, I think. And I think the kid passed away, and then
2 years old?
yeah, like
Holy shit.
you know what I mean. And then you hear about stories like this, like so that's you're stupid.
Yeah, don't leave the baby at home for a week or two and think they're gonna be okay. Oh
At
my
least
God.
have a ring camera set up in the inside or something. You know?
Yeah, at least have one of those doggy treats
We
that
all
like
looked at it. Was like,
automatically throws some food out at them every once in a while.
they've been asleep for
Jesus.
a long time.
Oh my
People
That's
God.
are
crazy.
stupid.
Yeah, some people need to
Not have
not
kids.
not have kids.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but they have this new trend because of this girl that started called Pig Doll something. But so she gets on her live
Oh, yep.
and she acts like an android.
Oh
Or
yeah,
AI.
they've like asked, like you send the gifts and they'll, oh, thanks for the hot dog.
They'll
Yeah,
they'll audio them.
But so she's the most popular one. She started it. But now, because she told, well, she came on her live telling people, I think it was like, what did she say? It's either 4,000 a month or like 4,000 a week, something like that. She said she makes.
It's an option.
So now, everybody's doing it. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like I seen a dude last night doing it. It's man, that's just crazy. Like, hey, let her do it. She did it. She started it. I don't know. There's one girl who said she did. Like she wanted to try it out, so she just tried out for like 3 days, and she said, I mean, it's true. She made like $400 each day. Like,
Yeah, just make sure
ooh,
you're taking out for your taxes, guys, because when those 1099s come out, a lot of people have found out that, oh shit, you have
Yep.
to pay taxes
They
on
have-
this.
yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. If you're making money,
37%? What?
oh, yeah. You gotta save half for taxes just to make sure you're covered.
Yeah. So
Yeah, nobody did.
What is your guys' yearly tax filing like situation? Do you have like use TurboTax or do you use like a finance guy or
yep. Mine is Telemer Smith.
nice?
I'm a TurboTax guy myself since college.
Nice.
It's just really easy. I don't have a lot going on, so I feel like
I have the time.
yeah, I don't have a lot of business ventures or anything. Just mostly
It's-
coming in and
Right.
going
There's
out.
not much to There's not much to
so
clean.
It's
so-
real easy, real simple.
I feel like I was working downtown for Top Flight Security, and you would go to like different bars. You would work at different bars. You would end up getting a
Whoa.
W-2,
For
like a
each bar?
separate W-2 from each bar. So you're kind of like rented out to the bar
Right.
under the security company.
That's a
But then the bar would pay you, and then like, bro, I would have like 5, 6 W-2s. So I work at Dirty, Shake, Club Rouge, Harry's. Oh man! Oh, and then started doing like daytime security for like the weed
Oh yeah.
production warehouse.
Yeah.
Those are all separate W-2s. It was always a pain, like putting it all together. And I'm like,
That's
man, I'm
wild.
out here grinding, doing all this work. Here we go, calculate. And it's like, you owe money. And I was like, what? I don't like doing these. It's so bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't gotten a tax return in like 5 years. It makes me want to like have kids or something.
Bro, yeah, I don't, I actually need to get on that.
That's it. I still need 2 more.
I need to get on the filing for the tax thing with the kid because I've actually fallen off of that. I need to freaking. What happens if you don't like submit your taxes? Do they come and arrest you? Like what should I expect?
You get fined.
Yeah, I mean they didn't arrest me last year.
Yeah, I mean you could do them late. You just could like pay a little penalty.
Yeah,
The whole like you have to use somebody to file your taxes. It seems like an extra step, like that shouldn't be needed. I think the IRS is actually starting a web page or an app.
that you
Or
can
it's-
file with them now.
Yeah, you can just file
Yeah.
with them. Like
Yeah.
you don't
They're
have
gonna
to
get
use
all
it.
your money though. Be careful, guys.
Right? They're gonna
I'm
do
saying
things.
I'm hoping cutting out the middleman kind of is able to bring more money to the people that are getting those returns. Because I know like TurboTax, they're like, we're just gonna take our payment out of your return, right? And they'll be like $50.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the rest. But
Hey man, when I first started filing, I went H&R Block, and they were like, "Hey, we can advance you your money." I was like, "Oh, what?"
bro, there's all sorts of things.
You're like, really? Right now?
For real? Like, yeah. And when it comes in, we'll just take it. You know what?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it right now. Let me get it.
Sweet.
Oh
I
man.
think that middleman is just like adding fees and taking away. So
But it's
hopefully,
the IRS that's paying you out, right? So if you go through them, they're not gonna try very hard to give you every fucking dollar.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, you know
It's
what?
going to be a lot of standard.
They'll be like, oh
just
yeah, this is all you get. And you're like, what? I swear I was supposed to get more.
Be like one of the.
If
Nope.
you have like a tax person, they'll be like, oh, you should file these ones. You should deduct these things.
Yeah.
Get paid back for these things. Show me receipts for these things, and it would get a lot more. All right. So those finance people are still going to have, jobs. It's not going to take them out, but for the people that don't want to use them, hopefully that IRS self-service thing is helpful.
Hey, let me tell you, man. I was one of those people. I had a dude, and I'm not gonna name him because I don't know the implications. But
He's like, I'm not going to name him because we made a lot of money.
hey, man, I got one time. I got I think it was like close to 9 back on my return, where I had no business of getting anything close to like 1,000.
9,000?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then during that time,
Oh.
during that time, I'd never get anything lower than like 4.
When you were using the tax person?
Yep.
Who shall not be named until after we stop recording because I need to contact them.
But then you have stories about that lady, one of many, who got caught in American Samoa, who was helping people get big tax refunds using like other kids' social securities, which is not what I was doing, by the way. But
I just want to be clear,
right? She was using, I think, other kids' social securities for people who were in the States and filing for that child tax care. And I think she ended up getting somewhere in the amount of like $280,000 from the IRS, not to herself, but like illegally getting people that amount of money.
Damn.
And so they
Robin
finally
Hood.
caught her. And I think she had to, of course, pay the money back now, but I think she got lucky without any jail time, just parole. But I mean, that's scary. If you're thinking about doing it, that's the risk.
Don't commit tax fraud.
Please don't.
Just hire someone that knows how to legally
Find loopholes.
submit the stuff that needs to be submitted to get you the most for your
The most
taxes.
out of your taxes.
How much did you have to pay that person like each year to do your taxes?
Because of the relation I had to that person, I honestly probably didn't have to pay them, but I would give him like I think a fair amount always to me was anything above 600. So like depending on what I was getting back, I mean, and it would range from like 6 to like 1,000. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, you giving me 9, dog? Here's 1 for
right?
you, brother.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know what I
Thank
mean.
you.
So,
I was
but you
only
think
supposed to get $200 and I got 9,000.
right. So you think about
Yes,
it though, like
sir.
these people who do things like this, you're not the only person that they're helping out. So they're getting paid what they think they're getting paid. Like they're not trying to get rich off of it, but they are getting a nice chunk of change, not just from one person. So they're not really going to ask you for like half of your tax return because I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Like H&R Block
Right.
over here.
Yeah, like I would. Like yo, give me half. Or I'm going to turn you in.
I wonder if like this is the time for people to show out, like the financial advisors, because they're getting everybody's like tax
Oh right, yeah,
cuts. Like
right,
this is when they're in the club getting the VIP packages,
right,
champagne
right.
rooms, because it's like their money season. Made me think of
Or
like the the financial aid batch releases at
oh man, those used to
college.
be epic because you could tell
Yo,
who got it
bro,
because
hey,
people were over
I
there
was
buying
getting the
everybody lunch.
Xbox.
Right,
So
man. And then like if you were in the cafe at the right time, people were like, "You want a musubi?" And then someone get something
bad.
else. You want a whole plate? I
Oh,
got
I
you.
got
And
you.
you're like, "What? You got your financial aid? Huh? I sure did."
Hell
Buying
yeah.
place for
Yeah,
everybody. Let's
right.
go.
That was funny.
Bro, that was
Yeah,
the
people
best
used to
time.
ball out.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I bought an Xbox with one of my financial aid checks.
Yeah, what were we supposed to do with that money?
I don't remember.
I used to pay my rent for the whole year because I was living like in an off-campus apartment, so it would come back like
Oh shit, that's
7K extra from
oh
all my
damn.
scholarships and shit. So I was
Nice.
like, oh shit, cash me outside. Yeah, buying like all the liquor for the foreseeable future. Yeah, and
Yeah.
food,
Yeah.
weed.
Stock up,
as we
living
know.
off of it.
Bought a
How many
QP
of
and let that
those
work for me.
how many of those checks each year would you get? Two? Like
Yeah,
one
one for
semester?
semester.
Oh, the days. Just go back, like think all that money that they're getting.
I remember some of the kids.
Invest in Bitcoin. Shit.
It's like it said they
Ooh.
some of the guys at the office would like they wouldn't tell them though, like, oh well, they tell them, well, you don't qualify for financial aid, but you can get a like another grant, which was a loan. And that's what
Oh,
and then like later they were like, hey, I just got a notice and I have to pay. Yeah, because you got the loan for your classes.
I thought you said it was a grant.
I'm granting you the loan.
No,
You're being
big
granted the loan.
difference. Big difference between a grant and a loan, right? Are you expected to pay a grant back? Any of your college
That's
grants?
like
If
it's like federal money that they
if you don't, yeah,
set out.
if you don't finish school, and then the money that they gave you to actually go to like if you don't finish out the like the semester, I guess,
Mm.
I think you're supposed to be paying the money back after something like that.
I think when I stopped going to school, like the VA department hit me up and they were like, "You want to give some of that money back?" And I was like, "No, sir." And I've just been running ever since. It's like not applying for schools ever again.
For real, they make you pay your VA bonus back. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I think the same thing if you don't finish like the school.
Ah,
And then I just
no,
started
hey,
I'm just
working.
taking
So
a break, all right?
you
Chill.
served for that
yeah,
money,
just
man.
give me a couple decades. Let me train this child up, and when she can take care of herself, then I'll look into my own personal educational fulfillment. But for now, it's like, oh, I was talking to Sammy last night. We need to start saving up for this kid's college fund. She's almost 1.5. She's gonna be 2 soon. She's gonna be 5. She's gonna be 10. She's gonna be 18, and we'd be like, we forgot to start saving for your education, so you need to make this podcast work. Come here.
I was reading something somewhere. This lady had a system. I forgot how much she put away each month, but it wasn't like a crazy amount of money that she had put away. She started when her daughter was 1, and so by the time her daughter was on her way to college, she had like enough money to like fund her daughter's whole college career.
Nice.
But it wasn't anything crazy. It was something like $40 like every pay or something like that.
I feel all of the like investment or like financial advice pages or
Yeah.
people that I follow are always like, it's compound interest over time
Yeah,
is the key.
yeah,
So if you
yeah.
just do it for a long time, you're consistent. Eventually, it's going to grow. It's going to
The
start
interest
growing
rises.
even faster towards the back end. Like years 29 and 30 are where like a bunch of the increase goes if you continue to just keep
Yeah.
putting in. So yeah, that kind of delayed gratification, and knowing that money is going to be there for her to do whatever she needs to do or wants to do. Doesn't even need to be school. Like if she
Right.
wants to
If
like
it's not
train
school.
for something and it needs money for that, we won't be like, well,
WWE.
we don't have enough money for you to go down to Corpus Christi and train in the National Wrestling Alliance. So you just got to go wait tables or something and save up for your dream. Like hopefully we can have that egg that just like go take this $100,000, 200, whatever it could be, and just like go and freaking try to achieve your dream.
Hindsight truly 2020, man. Because if I think about all the money that I had growing up, like if I had just put some away little by little, you know what I mean? Like, did I really need to buy all of those cases of soda or alcohol? Just because I had the extra money. Did I need? Okay, no, wait. I was about to say, did I need those pair of shoes? Every shoes I bought, I needed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care.
Needed
I don't
them.
care. Right. I don't care. I don't care. You can tell me whatever you want. Every shoes I bought was worth it. So, but I mean, just that's crazy to think about. Like in your lifetime, like the money that's passed through your hands that you could have saved, not the money that you use for stuff, but like money that maybe you could have just like threw a little bit somewhere, kept it there, threw a little bit more.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, I think of like the amount of cash I was like leaving my strip club shifts
Oh, right.
with,
Like that.
and less than a block away was my bank with an ATM for like that accepted cash deposits.
Oh shit, man.
So some nights I would be like, okay, you know what? I don't need to take home all this cash. Let me go and put it in the bank actually, and just like keep doing that.
Yeah.
And if I had something automated, I think it would have kept up. But there were definitely nights where I was just like, fuck it, I'll do it later, and I left.
Right.
And didn't end up saving. So definitely trying to change that mindset of I'll do it later and kind of just knock it out now, or set up a system where it does it automatically.
So like on an average night, because not just tips from customers, but I mean, would you get tipped out by like the bartender, and then walking the girls out too? You get tipped by each girl you walk out.
Yeah, so the dancers would tip us as a security team, and then the bartenders, the wait staff would tip us, like all together as a security team, and then we would put all our tips together and then split them evenly. But yeah, everybody pretty much like tipped us out every night.
Yeah.
And it would add up, man. It'd be like the slow nights would be like $60-$80. The busy nights you could be looking at like $400 or $500. If it's a weekend where like somebody's really spending racks,
yeah,
and it's going to some like a dancer that tips really well,
yeah,
you could leave that really good shift with like a rack to yourself, like, and then like I'm not taking $1,000 home. Let me put some of that into the bank. But yeah, that's
stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like money like that, like especially like tips, because I mean that's money that you're not accounting for when you go to work. What you're really thinking about is your paycheck, and then you get like tips like that, and you're like, damn, really?
Oh no, the tips were
actually money
more than the like paycheck.
Yeah.
So the tips became like the pay. Yeah. And it was good, and it was like 5, 6, 7 hours maybe a night,
and tax free,
and mostly tax free. And they're like, "Hey, can you guys start claiming your tips?" And I was like, "I'm not claiming $500 and get no paycheck. That's not happening." Allegedly, I don't know if I'd really do that. Let's pretend I did.
Right, like I mean, if I got tips, of course I'd tell you about
it. Of course. Yeah, but definitely now just trying to budget everything and figure out how to also save for the kid in the future, while also trying to live life now and still have a good time.
Not drive yourself crazy.
It's fun. It's life. Let's do shout outs. Man, first off, shout out to brother Eri and brother Va, Livasa Island Apparel, for coming up for that 4 days of Aloha, and to everybody that went out and was able to check them out there and cop some of that merch. Bro, I went on Friday. Is it Friday? I went on Friday. It was $35 to get in. I was like, when did this happen? 1 second, excuse me.
Right.
I thought it was like $15-$20, and it's like
It was last year. It was
So
15 last year.
I don't know. I don't know what changed.
I think-
Inflation.
Well, they had a bigger band, I know, at the Ekolu,
Nikolu.
and maybe their fees went up for the park. I don't know, but I mean,
Possibly.
it was a big success last year. So, and they have been going on for a while now, like the festival itself. I think.
Over 20 years, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they figured it was
12.
time, but like that is a
Jeez.
big jump. I mean, for people like I don't know, $35, and then I think the night with Ekolu was like 37 or something like that. I think it was more.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. So, uh, yeah, but
All
like
right.
you said, shout out to Eli for coming over.
Hero
What's
was
the
talking
place,
about some of the vendors flew from Hawaii to
wow.
Vancouver. Some of them flew from Vegas to
Oh,
Vancouver.
well, yeah, just like last year. They had that the mochi place that they the fried mochi that they do. They do the desserts. They last year they were right across from Levasa. Do you remember? I think they were again this year because I seen Eli snap or I think on his IG story that he had bought some butter mochi, which is amazing. Damn it. I missed it.
Yeah, I want to go get some more food. Oh, Polyfest. We need to go get food at
Oh yeah,
Polyfest. I think we're gonna like order a bunch of different food items
that'd be
at
dope.
Polyfest and then just like rate them, post them. We'll do some food content.
Did they? I think they just finished the food the Island Food Festival that they were supposed to have in Tacoma. Oh no, Mike, your sister's a part
No,
of
it's
that.
next week. Next week.
Okay.
Nice.
There's
This upcoming weekend.
I think the place I was talking about that in September that we got the poke from stuff, the poke nachos was Big Island Poke, and I think they're gonna be there too at both events. The one next week and at the Polyfest. But
Oh,
good
man.
news, I put in for my time off and I got it for that Saturday. So I'm gonna get out of work.
Hey,
I'm gonna
let's
pop a
go.
50 milligram Adderall and drive straight from work to Federal Way, take a nap, and then get up and go. Then we meet up
Nice.
with Lance over there. So
Let's do it.
sad. I mean, you just shouting out E-Ryan, and I know him and Boat won't be making Polyfest this year.
Yeah, that's even a longer trip
Yeah,
from
it's a longer
Modesto all
trip.
the way up there, and it's only a one
Right.
day
But
thing.
I was telling him he should see if he can get the time off and come as a guest instead of a vendor. And
Oh,
we can all,
okay.
yeah, we can. So he's gonna see if we can do that, and then we can hang out there. And
Yeah, and definitely we can do a bunch of stuff. I know introductions and meeting people and all
yeah,
the people that are going to be there. And I know that the Polyfest continues to grow in both like attendance and vendors and the
right,
variety of people that are there. So
right.
definitely looking forward to that. August 5th. Do we have
August 5th.
you know where?
Yeah,
Tacoma outlets?
the outlet mall in Auburn, not Tacoma,
Auburn.
but
Okay.
Auburn. Same place it's been for the last 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 3 years. Sorry. Yeah. I still want to call them Emerald Dynasty as an organization. Jesse and Victoria Korea. They put on a good show so far these past few years,
Yeah.
and the lineup that they have for this year looks amazing. So yeah, they're still looking for volunteers. So you can hit up the Polyfest IG account or contact Victoria or Jesse Korea on IG or Facebook. They're looking for volunteers to help with the event itself. There's still room for vendors. There's still room for sponsors. So yeah, you want to help, you want to be a sponsor, you want to come out, be a vendor and share with people what you have to sell or any of that kind of stuff, please hit those guys up. It's going to be a really great event. Last year was, what a great event it was last year. The year before was great. So I expect this one to even be tons better.
Nice.
And Mike's going to be there too. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mike, any shout outs for this week?
Yeah. Shout out to Seahawks edge rusher Uchenna Nwosu signed a 3-year
Yeah.
extension today for 59 mil. 32 mil guaranteed. I really like the tenacity he brought. Thank you, Lance, for sending him our way. Appreciate it.
That's a good end, like
Think we're
outside
getting a good
linebacker
value
guy.
for
Yeah,
him.
he's gonna look nice in that Seahawk throwback. Anytime I see that Seahawk blue, the throwbacks that you guys have this year, it reminds me of Steve Archie.
Yeah, my girlfriend's came today, the Kenneth Walker
Oh shit.
jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, she liked dogs, right? So I was like, you should get the K9 jersey.
Hey, the dog walker.
But she got hers like a day after mine, and she paid for the super fast shipping. Mine's not coming till September. Like, fuck. That sucks. I should have paid that extra 10.
Damn, that shit's coming 2 months later.
I know. I was like, I seen it after I
crazy.
collected. I was like, damn.
We might be up there for the Panthers game. Come out there and support Frank Reed.
Oh yeah,
Tailgate
the best
like we
number
did.
49 out
Best
there.
number 49 in the league.
In the league.
Yeah.
Better than the whole 49ers.
Than all the 49s.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Yeah, that jersey, that throwback jersey, it goes hard. That the Oilers throwback, the baby blue Oilers throwback jerseys, those go hard. That the creamsicle, the Buccaneers jerseys that they're having this year, that goes hard.
There's a bunch. All the throwbacks are coming out this year. I feel like it's a special like throwback initiative by like NFL Legacy on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, goodbye to the running backs.
Yeah, it's like, hey, throw it back. Do you remember when we didn't have any running backs?
Please don't. I love running backs, man. Fun.
I think there's still gonna be plenty of people accepting the handoff and running. They're just gonna be like wearing the number 19, and they're gonna be small Percy Harvin.
I hope not.
There's no more Derrick Henrys, no more Eddie Georges, no more Emmitt Smiths. It's gonna be Darren Sproles. It's gonna be line up in the slot.
Go return a kick or something, Darren Sproles.
Yeah. Shout out to former Charger Uchenna Nwosu. Any others?
Shout out. Oh, go ahead.
No, you get.
Jose, shout out to the Tacoma Humane Society. They had so many dogs that they were giving them away for free. Like usually you got to pay like adoption fees. And they were just packed full. And so they just like, all right, waived all the fees. Just come and take the dogs.
Wow.
And they got 300 dogs adopted.
Oh,
good for them. Dope. Shout out them. I'm in the dog industry, so
hopefully
my ear to the streets.
None of those 300 get returned back because
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Make sure you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Taylor Swift for boosting my city's economy.
She was in Seattle?
The parking lot was crowded just as it was inside.
Bro, it was
crazy.
Ridiculous. They shut down one of the freeways. Yeah, Taylor Swift. There was a Mariners game. There was the Capitol Hill block party.
Oh, yeah.
It was hectic downtown.
I bet. You might as well just walk around downtown. Don't. At that point, don't drive.
Yeah, for real. So shout out her. She did her thing, I guess. I was hoping she'd fall off the stage. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan, but shout out to her.
Thanks for the money, Taylor.
Except none of her fans fuck with Chinatown. Chinatown saw a decrease in sales.
Wow.
Because all the regulars were like, we don't want to come and get bombarded by.
Yeah.
And then also our Chinatown is kind of like sketchy. A lot of transients hanging around, unhoused.
Just walking in the groups.
Houseless.
Yeah.
They're no longer.
They're calling those folks.
They no longer want to be called homeless.
They have a home. They are their home.
It's in here.
They just don't have a house.
Heart
Bro,
is
can you imagine not having a house?
Or just like shelter.
Yeah, that's
what is the best restaurant in Seattle's Chinatown?
My favorite is called Honey Court. They're open. One of the reasons I like it is because they're open till like 2:30 a.m.
I think I know this
really unheard of for it's on 7th and Jackson. I used to have to take a drug counseling class right next door. Not the proudest times of my life, everybody. Don't get caught.
But then you'd be able to go to Honey Court after.
Yeah, I'd go to Honey Court. They had really good.
Gotta
I don't
find
like
the silver
mayonnaise,
lining.
but they have really good honey walnut prawns.
Nice.
And they just have like 500 things on the menu. Like, can't go wrong.
Does it look like a authentic Chinese restaurant in there? I feel like I've been to that
Yeah.
one that's been
Yeah,
open
there's a
late.
bunch of tables.
Yeah, circle tables.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty dope. I'd say
People
that's my
doing kung
favorite.
fu in the background.
What?
And there's also one called Thai Tongues. That's like the oldest restaurant in Chinatown. It
Looks like
was
a strip club.
Bruce Lee's favorite.
Thai tongues?
Yeah.
Nice. Bruce Lee's favorite. He says a strip club?
No, I said it sounds like a strip club.
Thai tongues. Welcome to Thai tongues. Take a seat. Forrest, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, man. Shout out to what is his name? Why did I just bring it for Kingston Biliamu Asa from California, plays for St. John Bosco. He's the number 3 linebacker in the country. Just committed to the University of Notre Dame, who I'm a fan of. Who did he spurn? The big one, Ohio State, but also USC. The comparisons are crazy. So I mean, he could either play Mike Will or Viper. 6'3", 230. You know what I mean? A lot of the comparisons were to recent linebacker Noah Sewell, but they say he's a little bit more athletic, probably better in the pass defense game. He's a big get. I know Notre Dame with Marcus Freeman, he's trying to make his mark. So yeah, really big get for them. Shout out also to Marcus Peters, who just signed a 1-year deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. So
okay.
Yep. Marcus Peters, shout
Mr.
out
No
to,
Socks.
right, Jimmy Garoppolo, who was cleared. His physical was clear. He's able to come to practice this week.
Bro,
I
I'm
know
so
there's
glad your quarterback is allowed to play.
Me too. Me too. Me too. Also, I mean, shout out to Josh Jacobs, man. I know there's a lot of bad beat around him right now, but besides the bad sources, there are also sources close to the team and Josh Jacobs that are saying that they do accept him to be in the building by week 1 to play. So
he was trying to get in the building to sign that contract.
Right, he was. There's a hater, Max Crosby. I don't know what you were doing, keeping him in the car, talking to him, but you should have dragged him into the building. No, I'm just kidding.
The Condor is holding them back.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all those. Also to Tim Brown, whose birthday was recently. So, hey, man.
Shout out one of the greatest wide receivers.
Yeah, Hall of Fame wide receiver, man. But I'm ready for football season. Look, everybody knows my first love is basketball. I play baseball, but football is something I love to sit and watch, and I get to do it with all the people that I love because they're big football guys. I get to be in the fantasy league, people who, you know what I mean? We love talking shit to each other, but it's always a fun league. We have the greatest commissioner in NFL fantasy leagues everywhere who gives us breakdowns every week after all the games, sending us emails about the breakdowns. Man, so thorough. So yeah, man, football's fun to watch. Man, I love it. I'm also a really big college sports guy, so I can't wait for like college football, college basketball to start. This sounds really crazy, but after Notre Dame, my second favorite football team is USC. So I know, conflicting, but
you just get to win all the time,
right?
East Coast, West Coast.
I got an NFC team, got an AFC team.
It hurts more when Notre Dame loses, but it's okay. But if USC loses, I'm okay with it. I'm okay if they lose that game. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Football's coming around, so yeah, man. So
shout out football.
Get us ready, Commissioner.
Yeah, we're doing the keeper, so I need to send another email out and get everybody ready. I think end of August, everyone submits one keeper, and then like the first week of September, we do that draft right before.
Just right
I submitted my keepers this week.
So your keeper is, per round, right?
So whatever round you took them last year,
that's going to be that for that round.
Yeah. So your whatever round pick this year, it's automatically going to take that person.
Value. That's
So
what we're thinking.
Yep.
Value.
Yeah. Definitely value. Or if you have somebody early that you just have to have back again, like Austin Eckler in the first, or
Why would you take
Travis
that guy?
Kelsey.
That guy's not even gonna play.
hey, that guy's gonna. That guy's gonna keep doing what he's been doing. Yeah, definitely. Shout out fantasy football.
Yes.
That shit.
You know what I imagine
so
Austin
much
Eckler
of my
doing
time.
because he's head of that group. There's gonna be a first down they need, and he's gonna stop short.
Whoa!
He's gonna take a knee.
Wow!
It's gonna be like 3rd and 7. He's gonna run 6.
Yo, all the
How
star
important do you think I am now?
all the star running backs, their first carries of the season, they just take a knee, they get the ball, and they just like sit down.
Oh,
and
man.
they'll be like, "See, we could do this every fucking play if we wanted to. You better start paying us."
Ref's not gonna blow the whistle.
He's gonna watch
Oh.
him get fucking laid out while sitting down. Like,
Right.
defend yourself at all times. Follow my instructions.
Last thing about running, if a ref can get paid like almost $300,000 a year, that's crazy.
300,000. That's how much the NFL refs get.
So,
and they're like, that's the refing is
like,
their side job. They're like lawyers,
right?
For
Yeah,
the rest of the year.
yeah. That's why they're such dicks.
That's why they're like have to explain stuff and know things and tell people like, oh, you can't do that because of this rule. Yeah. Shout out. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, shout out to a new week, man. New week. So, shout out to me, man. I've been in the gym for a week and a half now, straight, and
that's every day.
Yeah, man. It's tough, but I mean, and it's always so stupid because I don't know why I stopped because I always feel so much better.
Nice.
Like while I'm working out, you know what I mean? I haven't drank in the soda in like, okay, I lied. I went like 3 weeks without one, then I drank one the other day because I was hanging out with somebody and I was like, you know what? I deserve a soda.
Nice. Yeah.
You know the shitty thing about not drinking? Because you're okay not drinking, then you taste one and you're like, why the fuck did I stop drinking? The struggle.
That's me every time we like order pizza or something and get a 2-liter with it. And before I open it, I'm like, this is gonna taste good, but think of all the sugar in this. That's crazy that we even like consume this. And then at the end of the night, I'm throwing it into the recycle bin. I'm like, oh fuck. Oh, it's so good. So good. So bubbly. So sweet. So flavorful.
Just before, if you guys have stopped drinking soda for a little bit, and the first soda you drink should always be a fountain Coke from McDonald's. I don't know what they put in it, but a fountain Coke from McDonald's is the best.
I think that formula syrup is it's different than just out the can.
See, it's not just me. I'm telling you.
No. It's actually made a little different so that it hits out of
my gosh.
Fountains.
But yeah, man. I mean, shout out to everybody who's not just on the like whole health tip, but you know, if you're out there being active, you know what I mean, trying to extend your life because being active really does extend your life, man. Get out there and move around, man.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to freaking come to the gym with you.
Oh man,
where's your gym at? Vancouver?
Yeah, Planet Fitness. You can come because you can be my guest. I'm allowed a guest, so.
Oh, nice.
But shout out to Noah, man, Noah and Winona for their wedding because that's what I'm getting ready for, and I've been procrastinating. Now I have a month to do it, and so I'm playing crunch game trying to get, you know what I mean.
Nice.
But yeah, man, it's a new week, guys. Good to start it off with you guys here. Shout out also to the Pot Boys at Politic and Podcast. They just dropped their latest episode today. They're funny guys, man, and they talk about real stuff. Real stuff.
They're funny guys.
Oh, they're funny guys. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean? But yeah, man.
I've listened to their song so much that it just automatically pops into the next video on YouTube when I'm just listening to random.
But
let's go.
Bro, such a vibe, man.
Right place at the right time.
Hey, it's just like I am where I need to be right now. Just
Last one, right before we did your top. Since we can't do a top 10, your top 3 people at your festival that you would have at a Polynesian festival.
Ooh, shit.
Man, I want Fiji to be there.
Yep, same.
Got you.
I
I
want
think that's
songs
a
that I know that can
right.
like jam out to.
Everybody can jam out to. So I mean,
No,
if it
not everybody. Just me. Like this
he said fuck everybody.
this is what I want. Damn, man.
I would do Fiji, Langa, and
Hey,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Long.
Brother
R.I.P. Long.
is
yeah.
because you can't
Ooh.
see them anymore. But
I like it.
Oh
I'll
my
put Sammy
gosh,
Johnson
nice.
as
That's
a
dope.
fill-in. I love Sammy Johnson.
Hey, he's a really good live performer. I won't lie.
I know. I seen him for the first time like 6 months ago. Blew my mind.
I am old school. I'm not that old school, so I'd go Fiji, Boog, and Aradna. And then my special guest would be
Oh
Several.
man. Yeah. Like at ease, Aradna.
Oh man,
Ooh, nice. See?
I got to see Adradna and she came to Tacoma for like an album
Oh,
release
last time?
party,
Damn, that's dope.
like a
Hey.
long time ago, like over 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah. I think Fiji is almost like automatic for a lot of people.
He
It's
has
just
so many good songs.
so
Yeah.
good for so long, and his
Yeah.
catalog is just built up, and it's like kind of
I-
ingrained in so many
I think
of us.
it's
I like
fair
Savage
to us.
too.
Savage is dope. Savage is
With
dope.
Roxanne.
I
Where
think
my DJ?
it's safe to say, like for like us, I guess Fiji would be like how Bon Jovi is, or like to some people, or like
Like Bill Russell.
yeah, you know what I mean, like just
Yeah,
the staple, you know what I mean, for like a Polynesian festival. That's dope.
yeah. Wait, what would your three be? What'd you say?
Fiji,
Beach
Bug,
Bug
and
and
Aradna.
Aradna.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's yeah. Definitely something that some hitters that everybody knows.
For sure.
Shout out to Polynesian Music for putting that. Was it Polynesian Music that put that post
I
up?
think it was.
Or Polynesian Talents? I think it's Polynesian
Yeah.
Music. Shout out to Behind the Lava Lava. It's another Samoan podcast with a bunch of vets.
Nice.
Follow them on Instagram. They got a bunch of good contents. They were the ones talking about ghosts and stuff that actually made me think about it last week. But I think it's all Samoan guys. Some of them grew up in Samoa, some of them didn't, and they're all just kind of talking through different stuff. But they also go to different festivals and like get interviews with the vendors that are out there. So definitely extending that reach and using their platform to help others. That's dope to see. Shout out to them. Also shout out to fantasy football and football that's coming up. This is that time of the season, that time of the year where it's like, anything is possible. It's kind of like New Year's for fantasy football losers like myself. So it's like there's the hope in the air that I'm gonna pick the right players this year. And it's
My
gonna be dope.
brother-in-law always puts out, and there's a meme for it too, but he always puts out a PSA on Facebook like, look, family, just letting you guys know, I apologize in advance if I say anything that isn't very becoming of me. It's football season.
I'm a
You can't
different
hold it
animal.
against me. Yep.
I'm a different animal in the fall. Again, shout out to Libasa Island Apparel, our sponsor, and our brothers that were at the 4 Days of Aloha up here in Vancouver, Washington. Check them out if you didn't get a chance to copy your merch. www.libasaislandapparel.com. And also shout out to Hopscotch. It's a light and art exhibit here in Portland, over on 10th and Yamhill, Southeast. Huge, like large murals, different light exhibits, different like art kind of installations, also paired with like sound. Like a lot of it was like some interstellar kind of spacey stuff where like it's a room full of lights and they're all going at different speeds, but then they sync up to the sound and it feels like you're moving through space and time. I didn't even take an edible. It was good. It was good stuff. Excuse me. Me and Sammy, we took Nora. We met up with Mikey and Sarai, who had their daughter Sochi, and it was the best day. We were just out there letting them run around and really interact with the art that you were allowed to. There was like a huge 40,000 ball pit, and it had lights under it, so it was just like waves of different lights flowing through the balls, and the girls were like having fun just kind of swimming or going through it like that. There's also like a interstellar jumping quantum.
The quantum trampoline.
Yeah. You're moving around, but the lights, I don't know how it follows you exactly, but the lights are emitting from you. The space lights are just like following you around as you're moving around the trampoline, and the jump pad is really dope. But I think it's like a month or two in advance they're booked up.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
definitely worth like the pictures and stuff. Got a bunch of dope pics. So if you're like trying to find like a place for cool installations like that, you could take dope pictures. I definitely check out Hopscotch in Portland. Yeah,
So I
those
got
are all my
mushrooms.
shout outs.
I got mushrooms saved for that trip.
Hey, there you go. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate you guys for hopping on tonight and giving your perspective, chilling, talking about sports, news, life, everything we got going on. And then looking forward to this week, and then Polyfest next week, recapping that. All the food we're gonna about to be eating next week, and at the end of the month of August. Definitely stay tuned. Follow this show. Like down, I don't know what is it. Subscribe, like on for the podcast. You can listen to us Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. You can watch us. We're putting our full unedited videos on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, all that. So you can see the stuff that we're putting out that we're going to be doing. That's going to be fun.
I've always wanted to say this. Yo, like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey.
Hey, he's official.
Can you just point? Can you point down? Can you point
Right.
down at something?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hell yeah.
If you didn't know, I'm still a 12-year-old kid inside.
We're going up. Comment below. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's listening to this. Appreciate you guys for listening, and we'll catch you next week. That's our episode. For Mike Fiso, Forrest Dodelau, I am Lance Falatongo. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you guys. Stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay ballin', love and light. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So